In this lesson, we're going to take a look at rotations. Rotation is the movement of a shape or an object around a fixed point. Giant wind turbines, discs on a turntable, and propeller blades are examples of rotation. In order to describe a rotation, you need to know the center of rotation and the degree of rotation. So you need to know what point we're rotating it about, as well as how far are we rotating it. That would be the degree. So we have some rules of rotation if we rotate the object about the origin. So if we rotate the object about the origin in a clockwise rotation, 90 degrees, our original point starts at xy. The new coordinates, after we rotate it 90 degrees, will become the point y negative x. If we rotate it 180 degrees clockwise about the origin, our original point is xy. Our new point will become negative x, negative y. So both of our x and y coordinates will switch signs. And if we rotate this 270 degrees clockwise, which is the same as 90 degrees counterclockwise, then our xy coordinate will become negative y x. So we'll take a look at a couple of these examples. With these rotations, it is possible to just use a piece of tracing paper, put it over top of your object, and trace out the coordinates, or mark the coordinates on your tracing paper. Then you can just pick up that tracing paper and rotate the tracing paper 90 degrees to figure out where your new shape is going to go. So that is one strategy that you could use. Or we can use the rotation rules. So I'm just going to write out the coordinates of each of our points to use the rotation rules. So point A is at 1, 2. B is at 2, 4. And C is at 3, 0. Now, if we are rotating 90 degrees clockwise about the origin, our new coordinates will become y, negative x. So what to do here is the first point of our new coordinates is the y value from the original one. So point A was 1, 2. The y value was 2, so that's going to go at the beginning. Our original x value was 1, and we're going to switch the sign, and that will be our new point, 2, negative 1. For B, we want the y coordinates of the original point, which was 4. The x coordinate is 2, and we're going to switch that to a negative because there's that negative sign there. And for the new C value, we want to start with the y value, which was 0, and then take the negative x, which will be negative 3. So now we plot these 3 points onto our graph. So our A prime is going to be at 2, negative 1. B prime will be at 4, negative 2. And our C prime will be at 0, negative 3. So now our triangle has been rotated 90 degrees about the origin clockwise, which means to the right. In this next example, we want to rotate this T shape 180 degrees about the origin. So I'm just going to use 4 points, and I'm going to label each of these points. So A right now is at negative 4, 0. B is at negative 1, 0. C is negative 2, negative 3. And D is at -3, -3. So using the rotation rules, if we are rotating 180 degrees about the origin, all that's going to happen is we're going to switch the signs of our x and y value. So point A is going to move to the point +4, 0. So it's starting at -4, we switch the sign to +4. Point B will switch from -1 to +1. C will switch both of these signs. So -2 will become +2, -3 will become +3. And for point D, both of these will become +3. Now if we plot these points on our graph, A prime will be at 4, 0. B prime will be at 1, 0. C prime will be at 2, 3. And D prime will be at 3, 3. So now we only use 4 of the points, or the vertices. So we want to draw our shape in so that it looks like an upside down T. So this new upside down T was rotated 180 degrees about the origin. In this last example, we want to rotate the green triangle 90 degrees counterclockwise. That's what the CCW stands for, counterclockwise, about the origin. So again, I'm just going to start by labeling each of the points. So point A is -1, 4. Point B is 0, 1. And point C is -5, 1. So now when we rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin, this is the same as rotating 270 degrees clockwise about the origin. So the rotation rule that we will use is that our coordinate will switch to -y, x. So when we rotate each of these points, A started at -1, 4. The y value was 4. We're going to switch the sign to get to -4. And then we're going to put the x, which was at -1. For the second one, the y value started at 1. We're going to switch the sign to -1. And then we're going to plot our x value. And then our c value, our y was at -1. We'll switch the sign. And then our x will come second. So now if we plot each of these points, we will get -4, -1 for A prime. B is -1, 0. And C is -1, -5. So now this triangle has been rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise, so to the left.